Okay. Welcome everyone. We're going to get started today with the opening of the Camden Bike Trail. And first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone. And first of all, the mayor is going to come and give a few comments.
Well, thank you, Glenn. Can you hear okay? Is this coming through okay? I'm going to be very brief, but let me first say thank you, everyone, for being here. This is a good day. This is obviously the ribbon cutting for the Camden Regional Trail. This is really a result of a number of years of work and cooperation between a number of entities, and it really would not have happened without a lot of cooperation between the City of Marshall, City of Lynn, Lyon County, the Department of Natural Resources, all working together to make this happen. It was funded largely by a legacy grant that totaled, there are several grants, but Rick or Aaron can correct me on this, but it's roughly $2.6 or $2.7 million of legacy grant, which actually is probably one of the largest legacy grants for trails that has ever been given. So number of people to recognize, number of people to thank. First off, Dorian Griley with Minnesota Bike Alliance, so very happy that you're here. The Lyon County and Rick Anderson, Commissioner Anderson, is going to speak in a couple of minutes, but you know, certainly Lyon County is the sponsor of this. They were the sponsor of the legacy grant, and really shows their commitment for total transportation and recreation. Greg Sapir with Minnesota Department of Natural Resources really took the cooperation of DNR because, of course, a portion of this is of this trail is in Camden State Park, and Aaron Van Moore, I recognized earlier as Lyon County engineer, certainly one of the driving forces behind this, and certainly Glenn Olson with our Public Works Department and our Street Department was involved in the construction of this. Recognize Al Dale back there, who was one of the people that helped coordinate some of the construction that actually occurred in Camden State Park with the city forces. So with that, I hesitate to go too much farther because I would likely forget someone who should be recognized, but I think you have the picture that this plan really took a lot of people working together, all for the same goal, and that goal is have a safe and route for active transportation for bicyclists, for pedestrians, so it's safe, and also access then to a regional resource, and that's Camden State Park. So with that, Glenn, should I turn it back to you? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. The next person that we want to have speak today is Rick Anderson, the County Commissioner. The county really was the lead agency, like the mayor said, on this grant project, and I'd like to have Rick come forward and say a few words. It's been a lot more years than you think developing this project.
Thanks, Glenn. First, thanks everybody for coming out. My name is Rick Anderson. I'm one of the county commissioners. I've also been involved with the legacy ever since it passed in the state. I helped write the 25-year plan that got us to this point to be able to get this stuff on the ground. I sat on the Legacy Advisory Committee, and I currently sit on the Greater Minnesota Parks and Trails Commission that deals with outstate parks and trails, of which this one will be part of. It's been a great process. It's probably one of the most unique processes I've gone through. I've heard of a lot of stories for trails getting built in this state. I don't think anyone has been quite the way we did this one. One of the things that I challenge everybody here is that with the commission that I sit on, this isn't designated yet, so we will be working with Lyon County and hopefully the City of Marshall to get this designated as a regional trail, and hopefully we can keep building this out to create a feature in Southwest Minnesota that we can get everybody to come out here and see what great things we have in this part of the world. So this is a big deal. We're giving out, I think the biggest trail one that we've done in the 3 years on the commission is about $1.1 million right now. So when Mayor Burns said that the 2.4, it is a large amount of money that has gone into this. So thank you everybody for coming out and take advantage of the trail.
Thank you. The mayor reminded me to explain that the total length of this trail is over 30 miles one way and the other. I mean, it's 15 miles one way. So it's a 30-mile round trip if you want to take the trip. That's a long ways to go in a day for me. So another thing a lot of people like to do is drive to Camden State Park and ride back to Marshall. It's mostly downhill from there. If you want to go the other way, well, you might want to stop off at Lind and have a little break before you go up the hill. So with that being said, Jan Laser is here with us from the Bicycling Magazine. And if we could have him come forward and say a few words as well. Got your name right, didn't I?
Yeah. Hi, thanks for having me here today. I'm Jan Lazar. I'm the editor of the Minnesota Trails magazine, and thanks, Darren, for inviting me here today. This is my second time here, and I've ridden this trail once before, and I'm just really excited to see what has happened since the last time I've been here. And in my travels through the state, I see this a lot. People tell me that trail connections are vital. They're vital for the people that live in a town, and they're vital because it gives them a place to exercise and get out and really experience, what's around their town that doesn't take a car to drive to. I've seen that in, say, Battle Lake, where the city built a connecting trail between Battle Lake and Glendalough State Park, and it's been very popular. The numbers at the park are up. Visitor numbers have been up over the last couple of years, and the community has really come together and embraced this trail. I've seen it in Fairfax, where the Fair Ridge Trail connects into Fort Ridgely State Park, and there's many other examples throughout the state. And yeah, I think what you're doing here is a great vital connection. It connects people to the park. It connects people to a place where they can walk the dog, ride their bike. Connects people to the river. Connects people to the wildflowers along the trail. You name it. There's all kinds of uses for a trail like this. And again, thank you for having me today, and let's get this ribbon cut so I can go riding.
Thank you, Jan. He did mention some things I wanted to talk about a little bit, and that is when you ride this trail, don't just ride the trail. There's a whole bunch of things to look at along the way. If you start out all the way at the high school, through the university setting, through the diversion facility that we have, the dike along the way, and then you get out of town, you ride through the countryside and you see the agricultural areas, and then you go into the park and the wildflowers and the deer and the other things along the way. Make sure that you have your eyes open when you ride this trail. It's really a special location for riding. The next introduction I have is Chad Kula from the bike shop. I know you're here. Okay.
Thank you, Glenn. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming out today. This is a great, exciting day. This is something we've been looking forward to for a long time. And just a couple things I'd like to share. Back in May, we did our 10th annual Bike Safety Day at the YMCA. And it's really fun and exciting just talking to some of the folks that come out, families alike, just explaining how this trail has brought them back onto their bikes. Sometimes they've been sitting in the garage for 10 years, and this trail gives them a reason, an excuse, and a safe place to ride their bike and come out and just have fun with the family and everyone. So I think that's really cool and really exciting. Another thing that I thought was really neat, I had a customer, husband and wife, come into the shop about a month ago, and they came in from the Twin Cities area, and they actually came in, they heard about the Camden Trail, and they came in asking by name for a Camden Trail map. And so they've heard about this trail system all the way up in the Twin Cities, and they're already starting to come here into Marshall to ride the trail. They shared with me that they rode the trail and they thought it was very scenic, very fun, is a great, safe place to ride their bike. So this is something that Marshall needs to be very excited and proud of. And again, we thank everyone involved with this. We are truly grateful for this trail system. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad. And before we do the ribbon cutting, there's a few other acknowledgments I'd like to make. First and foremost, the administration for both the county commission and the city council and other state agencies to work together to make this project a reality. It's probably one of the most innovative and comprehensive and cooperative project that we've worked with. Aaron Van Moore has been exceptional in working with him for the funding and layouts and coordination that we've had to do with the county. So I want to mention that. Also, our street department, they're just exceptional. When we found out that we could actually go on to Camden State Park and construct the facility, and that the council authorized that, and it was included in the city's portion of the construction costs, and then the county providing the materials for it, and the state allowing us to do it, that was really exceptional. So kudos to the street department and the county for all the work that they've done. Also, the rest of the staff that worked on this project, whether it be for administration or the engineering department or the finance, the people that really worked on this project to make it happen. If you take a look at this project and how much cooperation and coordination this project took, what we see in the end is a trail to ride on. And that's really the ultimate goal for our community. It wasn't a city project, it wasn't a county project, it wasn't a state project, it was everybody working together. So with that being said, I'd like everyone to go on the other side of the ribbon cutting so we can get the full picture of the people that are here and the ribbon cutting. So if you would all move to the back side, I'd appreciate that.
There you go. All right. Good job.
Good job.
There you go.
Bob, go ahead, Bob.
Anybody wants to go on the ride?
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks. Yes, you want to do any marketing here? So I'm sure this bike's for sale.
We got an
I-
electric assist bike here. Might be fun to try. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know there's a couple of us, in fact, Dorian is going to take the ride down to Camden. I think I'll go with also. So if not today, enjoy the ride. So